You know, I inspire people with my writing, and it makes them change their lives. And that's what we're going to do. So let's dive right into it. So first of all, what is a blog? Give me kind of an idea. What do you think is a blog?
Well, mine are short, maybe two paragraphs of how-tos about what I do.
Cool. Okay, anyone else?
They help people to understand.
So making something complicated easy
Yeah.
or understand. I like that. Anyone else who does blogging?
So just thoughts or advice put into words and hopefully with an image.
Love images, big time. Anyone else? That's why we're here, right? So what I did is I just put down some ideas here. It's a way to share solutions. Do you now have 3 solutions you can probably share? Yeah. It's a way to build authority. Now, let me ask you something. If I asked in here, if I were out looking for a referral, right, and I said, hey, who's the best person to get my driveway? I want to have those interlocking pavers done. Who's the one, whose name pops into your head?
It's Farley. I don't know.
Farley Pavers,
Farley.
Yeah.
right? Carissa Farley standing in front of that Maserati in that really tight dress. Okay, all right, so it's on my head. But anyway, so that's building authority. So you want to get to the point where you're doing blogging, when somebody's saying, hey, you know what, I need real estate, video, or I need pictures, you are the authority. That's what blogging does for you. It allows you to get in front of your ideal customer because, as we all may or may not know, before I choose you to help make my nonprofit, I'm searching on the internet. And if you're not on the internet with good information and it's just buy me, I sell organizers, but they're solution-based, I get to kind of step into your world and kind of like a fly on the wall. Anybody ever say, gosh, I wish I was a fly on the wall? That means it allows you to do that. You can look inside and get a better idea of who these people are.
So you're saying that it was people, personal connection to who you are?
Yes, I like how we got you tight. I like that. Okay, so it's a way to build authority. It's a way to accelerate the sales cycle. Here's the coolest thing about this. How many of you, give me an idea of how long it takes you from start to finish, time-wise, from a customer going, I just met them, to we actually made a sale or a transaction was done. Just give me kind of an idea. Is it a minute, 10 minutes? Is it several days? Sometimes months?
About 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks. So let's just use that example. If you could blog and use this process we're unfolding today, it's proven it accelerates the buying cycle by 60%. So in other words, now when I reach out and call you, if you've been blogging, which I know you are, you've got beautiful pictures, you already sold me. I'm now calling to say, hey, can I afford you? Can you do it on my time frame? Can you book me? Right? Wouldn't that be kind of cool when people come in and do that instead of they have to start all at the beginning? What's that?
So that makes sense, I like it.
Absolutely. So it accelerates the sales cycle. It's a way to increase revenues. Now, how could it increase your revenues? Increase sales. And I'm going to show you some statistics that even when I did it, when I looked them up, I'm like, holy cow, this is amazing. I need to blog more. No, I need to be better at blogging. And that's what we're here for today. So it increases your revenues because a lot of times, think about what it really costs you to generate that sale. Sometimes it's your time, your gas, maybe paper, whatever it is, those are all sales things. But when you write a blog, it's there and it's selling 24/7 for you. So all of a sudden now when somebody comes to you and you say, hey, by the way, Mike, how did you find me? So I found you in the blog. What did that cost me? It really cost me nothing because I made it once and now I just reproduced it, right? Yeah. And now you came to me. I didn't go out looking. I didn't go out specifically looking and knocking on your door, did I? You were searching for an answer. You found me in my blog, and then you picked up the phone 60% further down the sales cycle, and we're probably going to do some business, right? It's a way to make your website stand out. Here's the thing. It still is one of the most powerful tools to get your website ranked, because when you write a blog and it's done properly, all those words in there, Google loves that. They look and say, what are the key words in there? So when people are searching for things, photography, pattern photography, people photography, homes, whatever it may be, They say, hey, this is a good resource. I see a lot of people coming to that, and it's fresh, unique, and relevant content. Let's send them over to your website. Let's make it on one of the search results. So start driving it up that search result. Because here's the deal. If you're not on the first page, what's the chance of you getting anybody to click on your page? It's under 8%. We make, well, it's actually under 9%, because 91.7% of us, we click on that search result on the first page and never go to page 2. Yes, ma'am.
What are the demographics of people, age, business, statistics, or whatever?
It's all over the map, and it's getting better, and it's getting broader and deeper. So don't let that think, well, geez, I'm late in the market. You're not. You have your own niche. You know, go an inch wide and a mile deep in your content. People will find you. Don't try to be everything to everyone, right? So if you're doing real estate stuff, don't say, well, I do commercial business like this. Next thing you know, you're doing pictures of photography for horses. Instead of saying, this is who you are, this is where your business is being built. Because I want to know you're an authority, not a jack of all trades. Does that make sense? Okay. So here's an example. Anybody ever been to the Cork Tree or know the Cork Tree restaurant? Yeah? Anybody ever eaten there? Good stuff, huh? Ray does a great job down there. But I want to show you something. We're just going to take you to his website. Now I want you to notice up here. Here's his menu. By the way, this is no reflection on business. This is only a sample. If you look up here, there is no blog. Now keep that in mind, because when we get to the statistics, like somebody said earlier, it brings more clients to your website. It brings more clients to your establishment. He has no place up there where you can write anything. And it's all about, hey, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best. I don't know what it does for me. And that's where he can have his blog in there. Okay? Let's look at another one. Somebody said earlier, whoops, too far. Go back one. Farley Pavers. It's just because I like the picture. This picture, you thought of in the picture. Okay, now here's the exciting part. Carissa has a blog. She has a blog. Let's go to it and see what it says. This is the part that I thought, okay, good, she's doing a great job, except, just go down here. Bless you. See if we can get to your blog. If we can't get there, the biggest thing that I noticed about Carissa in her blog, and I'm not going to say Carissa, but Farley Pavers, is they have a blog, but it's poorly attended. Meaning she wrote something, for some reason I'm not going to connect there, but she wrote something in June and July of last year, June, July, and August of the year before, nothing this year. No, she's rock and roll all the time. So here's the thing. Why is that important? Oh, here you go. Okay, good. Okay. So here's the deal. That's a nice picture too. But now notice, July 15, 2014, July 9th, it looked like she had kind of a pattern going there, except July 10th, 2013. There's almost a year gap in there. Here's the thing you need to know about this if you don't already know it. The bots, these little robots that go out and say, hey, is your content fresh or unique or relevant? When they see a year gap on there, do you think it hurts the return on that topic she wrote about? Totally. It's like having a huge goal. You're the Titanic and you're going down quickly. You cannot get everybody in a lifeboat. This is what this does. So she has it going. She just needs to keep it going. Now, I bet you $1 to a dozen bananas. Try to keep healthier. Is if I asked Carissa, why don't you do that? What do you think the number one reason she would say? Time. Exactly.
Right about.
Ooh. She's got, there's piles of stones in her.
That's what some people say.
Yeah. But when you look and say, instead of, what is it about me? What's it about my ideal client? What things do they face? Yes, sir?
Time is one thing, and if they don't see results from it, they may not think, well, maybe it's not worthwhile.
I'm so glad you said that. Yeah, that's true. Make sure you ask this question. Okay, so now let's go to another person here. Anybody heard of the Gartland Group? Bernie Gartland? Yeah. He's the bankruptcy guy. Okay, and here's the cool thing. Now, Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit. He's one of our clients, okay? And I wanna show you the difference. Not because he's our client, because I know for a fact he's doing it correctly. Okay?
Are you suffering?
No, not so. Okay? So here's the thing. Here's his stuff. Yesterday, 1 week before, the week before, the week before, and it also has a video in it. Notice there's a picture in there, right? You notice it didn't have pictures. So the picture, there's a video in there, and it has many because then you can read more. So if you went to that, you say, well, what's that all about, right? And he makes some great videos as well. So this is more like what should happen. Now, before we jumped in, here's what happened. His last post was July 2014. He hired us because he said, we've noticed our business dropped off significantly because we stopped doing our blogs. That's what he said. And we have to get the blogs up there. So we started putting the blogs up there. We didn't just stop there. And I'll show you what we did here in a few minutes that makes a difference. So blogging, by the way, you said 2 or 3 paragraphs. Yeah, it doesn't have to be really long. But if you're going to do something, make sure you give the whole story. Like as an example, Sonny, when you wrote your book, did you just give like cliff notes?
When I wrote it,
When you wrote your book before you published it, is it just on cliff notes?
I didn't publish it, that's why I'm blogging it, I want to get discovered.
Perfect, perfect. But when you're blogging it, are you just giving me just enough to tease me, or are you giving me solutions?
Well, I'm giving you solutions.
Perfect. Because here's the thing, the mindset used to be, well, I don't want to give them all because then they won't call me. That's building authority. But what happens if you say, well, I'm just going to give a little bit. I'm going to keep searching until somebody gives me it all, and then I'm going to click through. How many have not done that before? Where you say, this isn't enough, I need to go deeper. I need to go deeper, and all of a sudden, here's the answer. These people have it going on because they've proven they can do all that, and now that's what I'm going to go with. So when you're writing blogs, don't be afraid to give too much information. Okay? Because if you don't, somebody else will.
So Jeff, are you saying that it should be like at least weekly?
Here's the thing, it doesn't have to be. This is the difference in blogging. Let's say, for instance, you write ideal content that just knocks it out of the park. It's shown to be something that your ideal client's searching for, and you write a good article. Long articles are starting to be very popular now. They're overcoming those short little words, 2,000 words. Okay, because that takes them deep, gives them case studies, shows what's going on. Then you don't stop there. When you write a blog, do you get a lot of traffic to it? You get a lot of traffic. Immediately, there's thousands of people to your blog. Right. So we're going to show you today how you can get thousands in like very quick time with very little money. Very little money. Because it's like you have your book that you're blogging about. Who wants to write a book and then nobody buys it? You put your heart and soul into it. You did the same thing with your business, right? So we're going to show you how to do this.
Jeff?
Yes, sir.
The gardening group, what was their reason for not blogging or not doing it as well as they had?
One of their partners was moving away. They were moving from here. They would do their podcast, they had the camera set, the whole thing, and then he would write the blog. Well, he's moving to Gilbert, Arizona. And his focus about that time when they stopped, decided, hey, I gotta get ready to go to Gilbert, Arizona. And Bernie and his team, they're to hear their work. And so it just went by the wayside. They didn't see how important it was. All of a sudden it was affecting the bottom line.
So, in essence, did they outsource the whole blogging process?
You bet.
Yes,
I'll show you just real quickly how we did this. We do their video podcast. So we go and we set up the camera, we shoot the video. Now what we do is because we're not attorneys. I don't know about taxes, bankruptcy, bookkeeping, things like that. But the person on the other side of the camera does. Then we take that, we have a process, and we transcribe that into a blog post, word for word. Right? That's our blog post, and we also put the video on there. So we get a double bang, the video and the blog post on there. Google loves video because they're on YouTube, and they love that constant, new, fresh, relevant content. So you can do that with one shot. If you're gonna even go that direction, make sure you capture the video, then transcribe it, then you can do an audio post as well. Podcasting is huge. All of that I'm gonna say is considered blogging. It doesn't just mean writing, okay? Does that answer the question?
Yes.
So what is a list and what is its value? That's number 2 on here. What is a list and what is its value? What do you think? Anybody? A list. A list, or let's just go to it then. I think it's going to stop me. By the way, I want to also thank the people that are watching us online. We stream this live every week, so if you can't make it, you can be here live. You can stay in your jammies and have your coffee with us. You can actually interact. Amy's back there watching, taking care of this. So if they send in a question, she can send it to me and we'd answer it. Our business partner who does this, Andrew McCauley, is not here today. He's actually on the other end. He's in San Diego. He's running a mastermind, a big mastermind for TR Becker this week. So he was full. He had to go do that. So he's with us virtually. But anyway, contact list. It's contact information from current, past, or potential new customers, right? So you have people that you have on your list, right? Okay, they're past customers who you say, hey, here's my new blog post, right? So you have this list of people you can talk to. But you need to see, are there potential new clients out there, right? So when people come to your blog post and ask, since you blog, to pick on you, when they come to your blog post, is there any place where I can sign up to subscribe?
Yes.
Excellent. Is it easy?
Yes.
Is it seamless? Cool. Is it obvious?
Maybe I should tell them that.
It is. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I have a real problem with the subscription thing.
Okay.
People, it's very obvious, subscribe, and just put in your email address, hit the orange button, and then they get an email to confirm. Well, obviously they don't read the email because they're not confirming.
Okay.
What do I do about that?
Change the color of your button. Let me just use it up. I'm just kidding. One of the things you can do is which mail provider do you use?
Mail provider?
Like when you do that and you have to click a button, there's usually it goes into an email list provider. Aweber, MailChimp, Constant Contact, who is it?
None of those. It's a widget that I use. Jetpack.
Okay, so but when you gather those names, when I say, yeah, I want to subscribe, how do you know who to subscribe?
Oh, it shows, I've got stats. I have a whole stat.
So you got email and name?
Yeah.
Cool. So when they click on that, and if they don't follow through, there are certain things you can put on there that's a little off topic, but they're called tags.
Oh, but you know what? I don't know that they clicked on it unless they confirm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you can actually make that button so it says, hey, somebody clicked on it. And then anybody who doesn't confirm, send them a reminder. Hey, click on the button, you'll finish, all you do is click here. Boom.
Oh.
And you do that 2 or 3 times, and then if not, guess what? They're probably not your ideal client. But the cool part about it is you didn't have to keep calling back. Yeah, I'm calling back, see how you're doing. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, he's not there right now? And you don't have to do that. That happens automatically in the background. Does that make sense? So that's the way to handle that. Okay?
Are you speaking with constant contact when you say that, because they don't give you specifics? That's been my experience.
Yeah, we use a company, and this is not a plug from Infusionsoft, but if you do, make sure you use my code. We use Infusionsoft because we deal with a lot of businesses, and it's a very robust, it's cutting edge. I mean, we can make it say, hey, a lot of different things like that. We can tag a hyperlink in your blog post, and somebody clicked on there where they go, all that kind of stuff. And it's so quick and easy. In fact, it's seamless. Okay. There's a lot of other companies out there that do that, like Aweber, you can be more robust with that. MailChimp, you can be a little more robust. Some of Constant Contact, I know they're they're constantly updating their program, and it is becoming more robust because we're demanding. We need that. Okay. It's also the business lifeline to new and recurring sales. It blows me away. I'm going to go back to Corktree now. I'm going to say, here's the deal. You've been to Corktree, right?
I do, and I never regret it because we're well.
Yeah. Okay, so you can tell him I said this, and I mean this with a loving open heart. We had dinner there 2 Fridays ago. And I've had dinner there many times. They don't know I was there. They don't know my name. They don't know my email address. They have no way to follow up with me. Sad. Because guess what? I eat 3 times a day. Do you mind? Do you eat every day? Anybody here not eat every day? Do you have a reoccurring sale? But he has no way to get hold of me. He's hoping somebody will just call him, or he has to run expensive ads on TV, newspaper, radio, hopefully to only get new sales. Here's the cool thing. You get a database of about 1,000 people, I don't care what business you run, you have a very profitable business. You don't need tens of thousands. And you take care of them like gold. If Ray had 1,000 people that said, hey, I'm your best customers, and he kept in touch with them and they were reoccurring, he would never have an open table, right? But he has no way to do that. No blog, no sign, nothing, right? Okay. Because that's the question, what's most expensive, to get a new customer or keep in contact with a former customer? New customer is most expensive. Once they're, it's like a friend, right? Now I call Sunny and say, Sunny, did you write that check on Sunset? Right? Now she kind of knows me a little bit. She may not, she may not answer, but the idea is at least there's some communication going on there. It's also a way to communicate directly. I don't have to put something on Facebook as opposed to hope somebody sees it. I'm sending it right to you, and you're familiar with me, and I'm sending you content that will help you do what you like to do best. It's not about me, gang. It's about you. I always say, it's like I cut my finger. I don't care what the brand name is. I need to stop the bleeding. You need to be the Band-Aid. And you need to have a lot of Band-Aids. And you need to be able to recraft that story in such a way that, you know what, when you open it up, I'm interested. Yes, ma'am.
And I don't know if it's off topic or not, but when you are blogging, and the one you're saying that you should have it right on his website, or the paper lady had it on her website, that's where you should do it, or should you have another website?
Because you want to see that, by putting it on your website, it makes your website healthier, if you will. It's like you're now with healthy eating, so it's stronger. Google loves that. I put it right on my website. It's kind of interactive. A blog and a website anymore, they kind of blend in to be the same. When they first started, a website, when WordPress first started, ugly, really hard to use. It was only for people that were blogging. There was no website built on there. And then it kind of changed over to website builder. Now it's really kind of integrated. I'm shocked that his website doesn't even have a spot for a blog. It surprises me. Okay.
Would a post on Facebook about your business considered one?
That's kind of a, this should be a teaser. It shouldn't be an end all. Okay.
So I'm already kind of sold on it. I get it that it works, but I don't really know exactly what is blogging. Is it just solutions? What else do I write about? I'm just kind of curious.
Well, I'll give you a very specific example. There's a guy back east, I think he's in New Hampshire, real estate agent. And back around 2007, 2008, he was already doing a lot of video blogging, but what he did is only home tours. And of course, then, you know, we saw the real estate kind of drop off, right? And all of a sudden, he wasn't getting anything going on. So you know what he did, and maybe I've done this already here in the desert, is we said, wait a second, maybe we change our value proposition and we say, why don't we go around like Vito's doing and say, what are the things that the people who want to live in this community need to know about or want to know about? The shopping, the dining, the parks for the kids, start interviewing people at the schools, the administrators, why is this school on, why private schools? And all of a sudden you become a totally different resource and you're the authority and you're the real estate agent. Who knows that even better? I mean, you could do that every day and not run out of content. Yes or yes. You know, I was sitting out here this morning and I'm looking up and if y'all ever been to the bump and grind, I mean, physically been out there long. I haven't studied. But and I looked up and went, oh God, there's people up there. I didn't know that was it, right? I've heard stories about it. Now for sure I'm not going. But anyway, I saw it and I thought, couldn't you do trails? I mean, there's a book, I can probably write out here in the lobby, 150 trails in the desert. If you did one every week, that's 150 weeks, that's 3 years of new content. What kind of people would you be attracting? Healthy people. You don't see people that are gasping for air and they're on oxygen out on the bump and grind trail. I was looking. Oh, they're gasping, but they don't have to. Okay. I did see somebody with the umbrella this morning.
Yeah.
All right. So does this make sense? This allows you now to have direct communication with them. It's a way to eliminate or reduce sales costs because they're already in my group. They're kind of in your tribe, right? They know, like, and trust you because they've already bought once or they're in your group. And now you say, hey, I've got something coming up. Here's what it's all about. And this is the process. It's not selling, now you're sharing. It's a way to create new products or services. How do you do that? What if I had a list of 1,000 people? I'm thinking, you know what? I want to roll something out with my ideal client. Why don't I send you a survey to these people and find out before I even start doing it if they're interested in doing it? If they would be interested, if I wrote a book and it had this was the topic, this was the reason for it, would you buy it? If you are, there's an early bird sign up. And instead of being $19.95, it's $9.99. I'm only selling 1,000 copies at that price. And all of a sudden you get nobody coming back. And I'm going to start writing that book. But if I get 1,000 people signing up, I cannot put that book together fast enough, right? Because I just got 10 grand for doing that. I haven't started writing a book yet. How many times do we make something, hoping it's going to work out in the marketplace, and it goes, or there's crickets? This is the way to do this, gang. You use your list and you ask them. And like I said right there, that's a way to fund that new idea. Now you can say, somebody can say, well, if I got 10 grand in the bank, I could spend the next 60 days on my computer writing my content. I've already got 10 grand in the bank. It's already proof of concept. That makes sense? So that's where a list can help. Does this get you guys excited? I'm excited. You probably noticed, okay? So growing your blog and email list simultaneously. Anybody interested in doing that? Doing it simultaneously? I wish I had answered that. Let me skip past that. No, here we go. Attracting clients. Facebook ads. Now, it's not posting on Facebook, it's Facebook ads, okay? You can do YouTube ads, and you can do targeting, retargeting. Anybody know what retargeting? This is so exciting. You put it on anything, on your blog post. Now, we own a very expensive commercial drone because of this retargeting. And the way it worked was like this. I came to your site, it was about whatever we're interested in, and I'm reading it, and there's a call to action on the bottom, whatever it is, sign up for a portrait. And I didn't, but because I visited that blog, they put this little pixel on my URL. And the next thing I know, I'm going to your website, and guess what's popping up? An opportunity to get my portrait done from her company. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know what had happened. Then I go shopping at, I go to Farley Pavers. And all of a sudden, there's an ad on there about this. It's following around. Those are called retargeting pixels. Very expensive.
So there's like vendors that work with who sell software. They'll list one of them or so. So all of a sudden, they're popping up on.
Yeah.
That's where it's coming from.
Yeah. Here's a cool thing. Guess what it pops up on? Only mine. If you've never been there, you'll not see that ad. If you're not the ideal customer, you've never read that. So now, guess what? It's doing your follow-up for you. Don't worry about clicking the button because I'm going to track you down until you say yes or no, right? No way. What if I said you could do it for pennies? Anybody? I find pennies every day on the ground, right? I'm going to show you an ad here in a second that was, how much was it, Amy?
3 cents.
3 cents a click. How much does it cost you to acquire a customer? Can you acquire a good lead customer for 3 cents in your business? Doing what you're doing now. You can. You can now. Okay? Yes, the big taco. About 3 weeks ago, a friend of ours named Spencer Baker. Some of you may know. I made it up. I called him the big taco. You'll see in a second. Anyway, he came to us and said, "Hey, I've been writing these articles." And at first they kind of freaked out. Maybe he's a targeting pixel because he's been to 97 different taquerias here in the Coachella Valley. Did we know there were 97? I had no idea. I was like, Rosan Rios. No, we're talking all over the desert. So he said, I get all this stuff from Yelp, but I'm tired of giving them all my traffic. Would you guys help me out? So we said, sure. So we created a blog form, we put all the stuff on there, and we have it coming out. We call it Dripping. About every 4 days, we put a new article out there. And this is what happens. Get to this. He gets, no, now he was on Yelp, and he said, hey, why should I make Yelp money? Why not do it?
You're doing it on his website?
Yes. Now we're doing the question. We'll come up here in a second. Here we go. See, he's the big taco. Okay? So we want to get it out just in time for Coachella Fest to get some activity. All right? Now, in this, and maybe come back because I didn't have a chance to get it on this particular slide there. But if you notice, April 29, April 28, and it's just right because he's got 97 and he's constantly doing this. He is a taco freak, right? But if you're interested in where the best place to have a taco or Mexican food, he's your guy. And the prices are crazy cheap. So this is how he's starting his business to monetize the traffic. In what, 7 days?
Yes, 7 days.
7 days, he attracted how many people?
The ad went out to 25,000, I guess you would say Coachella Fest people, and 1,500 of them clicked on the ad at 3 cents. So it cost us $50.
How good is that? So now we go back here. Guess what it does? Now here's what we did. We said, why don't we put your blog on our website? Because he had a website. He thought that was a great idea. We thought it was a fabulous idea because what does the blog do to our website? He posts every day fresh and relevant content, and we drove 1,500 people to our site for him that we got a benefit for. Because our site, we do it's called My City Business. We review businesses all over the Coachella Valley and beyond. So it fit, right? So he got 1,500 people coming to his blog post. And a lot of those signed up and said, yes, I want to subscribe. Every time he puts one out, they get a little note. It says, hey, you got it from this man.
I'm missing. How's he making this money? What is his business?
He's not making any money yet. We're now, because before, see, he was putting it on Yelp. He had no way to monetize that because Yelp kind of owned that traffic, right? So we said, why don't you put it on our site? We'll make a blog for you. Put your stuff up. Now, here's one of the many ways we're going to do that. See this open space over here? This will now be advertising for guess who?
Taco is.
Let's go to the top. Advertise your business here. So if I'm a taqueria and I don't get 1,500 people a week, or that was like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
It's crazy stuff. If you had a business there, would you pay $150 a month for that? Guaranteed traffic of your ideal client showing up there? Yeah, I'd do that. How many do you want to put up there? Well, he's got 97, right? You can put on several pages, and it's a different one. Tracking pixels on there if you wanted to. So if you came and read about one of those styles of tacos, we'd follow you around until you're buying tacos. You would be the taco queen or king. Does that make sense? So he'll eventually will monetize that. But he's becoming an authority in the market. This has only been 2 weeks, gang. 2 weeks.
Started because he really likes tacos?
He was at our home for dinner almost a year ago, or maybe a year and a half ago. And he started talking about this. I'm like, come on. Why? Well, he said he was going to write a book. But what happened was that environment changes so rapidly. You have a taqueria today, I come back and you're my book. What happened to you? You're out of business and there's a new one in there. So we had to make it virtual, and so we can move content around and keep it fresh all the time and relevant. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So here's the math. This is the fun part. When you blog, it equals more traffic and more exposure. In fact, here's the deal. The average business website gets about 1,480 views a month when they don't have a blog, but it goes up to about 2,250 or a 55% increase when they do blog. Maybe you want 55% more traffic coming through your front door, virtually or real. I know I would. More exposure equals more leads, right? Because more people coming in. Not everybody's a lead, but they are new opportunities. Here's the deal. How many of you are a company that says, I sell to consumers? No one? Everybody's B2B? Right? B2C? Okay, good. So if you're somebody that says, I'm a business selling to a consumer, it generates 88% more leads. it almost doubles your current activity. Do the math, it's spooky. If you're somebody who's a B2B, because sometimes we have it, I work with businesses. Good, 67% more. Would you like to have 67% more leads? Not just this month, but every month. You get 67% more people call and say, I want my real estate done. I need more portraits. Yeah, and all this can be automated.
Is it because they go to that blog and jump on your website, or is it because they see that blog? Probably, I guess you can't really qualify that, but.
Could be, yes, both. With the right type of tags on it, you know exactly, right? Like you can put your phone number in there. Now Google says, hey, if you put a phone number and you click it, it'll start calling, right? And when now over half of us do all our searching right here, if you don't have a phone number on there, or you're missing, you should have a phone number, because now I'm looking. I'm hungry now for whatever it is. I want to take action now. Boom, there it is. And all of a sudden I said, Sonny, when are you going to put that book out? Right? I want to know about it. Okay? So, again, anybody not need 88% more leads or 67%? Yep. More leads equals more names in your list. Now, this is from HubSpot. A lot of the stuff I made up, this one I did. This is all factual. I'm just kidding. It's all. Okay? So how much is a transaction worth to you? I don't know that. You have to answer that question. But let's just for fun, let's play a little quick game. You would like to increase opportunities by 67 to 88% each month. Everybody said, okay, I'm in. If you currently do, and again, this is a real example, because again, I'm from West Texas. 20 transactions each month, and they average $100. That's $2,000 a month, right? And you only saw 50%, not 67 or 88%. And out of that, only half of those actually wrote me a check. That's an extra $500 a month in revenue. Think about that. That's a Lexus. That's a vacation. I mean, that makes it easy. And all this is talking about, this is all automated. You're not knocking on one more door. You're not making one more phone call. They're coming to you 60%. We call it teed up. They're ready to go, right? You ever had that people who walk in your door and go, man, that was easy selling over me. They've already done their research. Let's call it Bob. We just needed the salesman to go a little faster because we don't need him to show. We already knew what we needed and wanted, right? This is the environment we're living in nowadays. If you're not on this train, you're in a constant way. Okay? So, somebody said earlier, outsourcing, right? Here are some resources. ELANs. We've been using ELANs for 3 or 4 years now. They make our lives so easy. It is a wealth. Anybody use ELANs? Wow, you should. It's incredibly cheap. Professionals, they're the best of the best on the planet, whatever you need done, from writing a blog, web posting, email, whatever you do. You can't even, it's like Google, you can't stump it. There's somebody there that can do it that are incredibly well talented or talented. And ELANs now controls that, so it's not like, oh, geez, I don't know if I can do business with this. They 5-star rate these people. They don't get their money until it's done. You know, ELANs takes care of all this very, very rapidly. So that's a place you can go. You can hire somebody for blogging. We hired somebody for $5 an hour. And he is so happy to get that, right? And he does incredible. This guy has a computer science degree. I don't have a computer science degree, so he does all that stuff. Another one's called Fiverr. It's a very inexpensive resource that'll do just about everything for about how much? $5. So if you, like, a lot of times, like, we'll do voiceovers for our videos. These people do phenomenal jobs. You want a woman with an accent? You want a man with an accent from Hungary? They got them. $5. And it's for you want a little music, whatever, they'll do all of that. They'll also do your blog post for you. 200 to 500 words, 300 to 500 words, whatever you want. They'll do it consistently for you. This is the one I love because we're doing more and more transcribing. We'll videotape it. I'll set it up to here, set it up to rev.com. I'll just send him the video. And he said they'll do it for $1 for every minute. Most of our videos are about $3 to $5. Would you invest $3 to $5 for a blog post? When it increases your revenue by 67 to 88%. God, I mean, I do. We do, right? So we send it to them. Now, here's the cool thing. Do not leave your computer because they tell you it'll take 24 hours. We got 5 or 6? 5 done And it was done back in my inbox on the computer, already scheduled blog posts in less than 2 hours. How cool is that? Meanwhile, it's having breakfast, okay, because this is all outsourced. So these are great little tools. Fiverr, Elance, and Rev.com. If you use those sources, you can pretty much get everything done. Yes, ma'am.
Now, in terms of process for that, how does it work? You're now using one of the three. What's our responsibility in terms of feeding in information, or how does that process work?
Yeah, let's take that through. Let's say, for instance, we shoot a video for you, right? And we create the video. Then what we do is say, okay, we're going to send it to Rev.com. We're going to get the blog post, we're going to get the transcript. I'm going to send it to my guy, or our guy at Elance. He's going to take that, upload it onto YouTube for the video. He's going to put the optimization and details, all that kind of stuff. And then he's going to take it and put it on our website and put the video and the blog post on there.
So you're using that channel.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Does that make sense? Anybody like this?
Yes, yeah.
Aren't you glad you came? Even if it was just from bananas all the way to that. See many bananas. So blogging list building is no longer a frill, gang. It is absolutely a must. So my question is, when will you start blogging, and how committed are you to continue? Because we saw Farley Bailey, she's everywhere, right? She's a rock, but she's not a rock star online. Sorry for this. It's not. Be consistent. Somebody asked me, how often do you have to do this?
Once a week.
You don't have to do that. See these 3 things? If you wrote 3 really good blog posts a month, and then you went out to Facebook and you did this Facebook advertising and drove traffic to it, let's say you only got 1,200 extra people a month come to each one of those blog posts. That's 3,600 potential opportunities, right? These are people that came to your blog post. You drop a tracking pixel on them because you made some kind of an offer, or maybe you didn't make an offer at all, but the offer keeps showing up about your business every time they travel around the internet. And you just have yourself a sales team. What's an average salesperson cost you in this market? 50, 60,000 a year? You just got pennies. Pennies. Okay? So it's really no longer an option. So I want to thank you very, very much for participating today for the Palm Desert Area Chamber of Commerce and also for SCORE. Any questions? No questions. Geez, that was too good. Yes, sir.
So, I've been writing a guest blog for ERP farm.
Excellent.
I've been writing for 3 years. They put my stuff up on their website. It helps me. It's a big list of clients around the country. And I started writing my blog for them. They do a really good job. It's on their website. They do a better job than me. I can search on their website. You can find me, but it's not on my website. So what I started to do is just take content that I put up there on my website as well, scale it down a little bit, and then link to their hosts. Is that the right way to do it?
That is perfect. Because now you can empower their people that also see, well, this is also linked back to you and vice versa. I think that's great. If you're not doing it,
You don't want to copy it.
no.
So it's just you change the title, change a few words, and
You might say, hey, this is what it's about. It's kind of like a trailer of a movie. We get a room that idea for when I read it, and go more, you gotta buy a ticket. So to see the full post, click here and it takes it to their website. Well, that particular website, that's very powerful. They already have that for you.
so my post that they, what do you call authority, they give me authority by saying, oh, I have this experience, blah, 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 blah.
That's great. And I'm glad you're guest posting is very, very strong, but if you're not doing what Mike is doing, it's only like a one-legged chair.
So I can go back, so I actually can go back to all those, I could go back to all those ones and redo them, just one a week.
Or I hire somebody from Elance to do it. Or I go to Fiverr and say, here's where they are. Go write the 200-word post based on this and make sure the links are working. Get all the backlinks and this internal, external links going on, right? That does make sense. I've read about it.
So that's not the same thing as what you're talking about back in Yelp, it's different.
A little bit different. It is different, but it still is the same. You want this traffic coming to you. A long time ago, we talked about this. I'm going to wrap this up. It's Facebook, YouTube, Indian land. That's not ours. we're renting that space. So if all of a sudden YouTube decides to change the way they play the game, you're at risk if you build your whole business on YouTube. We saw that 2 years ago in January on Facebook. It basically went from saying, hey, yeah, when you put a blog post out there, 80 to 90% of people in your group are going to see it. Click of a button, 2 to 5%. It shut businesses down overnight. Don't build your house around the land. Make sure you're renting traffic there that's sending back to your blog post. If you're not blogging, you have a bunch of send. Don't send it to your website. That's long. That's confusing. If I send them to Portree again, and it just put them to the home page, that doesn't do anything for me. If I'm looking and saying, hey, I see your ad about booking a dinner tonight, and I click on that, I want to go to the booking page. I've already said I want to book, right? Don't send me to your home page. There are probably 30 or 40 distracting items on there. Next thing I know, we have the attention for goldfish in under 9 seconds. It's not my statement. This is another one of those hard business things. So if I get on there, there are 8 or 9 distractions on there. All of a sudden, I forgot why I was there. I must go. And then when I did remember, I'm running away from there. And I decided to eat at Lavender Bistro instead. Send them right to your booking page. Does that make sense? You guys are doing great. Give yourselves a hand. Now, before you go, I have one